What's up, everybody? We're here to do some more astrology. Subscribe, like, comment, share my videos so you can continue to learn. What we're going to do in this video is not only use DeepSeek AI to help us carve out these cool ideas I came up with, but show you guys step by step how it works. And we've used DeepSeek in some other videos. So we have Deep Think on, and we have Deep Search on. I want you guys to notice the difference and then how it reacts. So we'll say craft a very advanced, or we'll say craft a very genius, innovative, conceptual, original, advanced astrology holiday themed almanac, including Halloween, Christmas, and possibly more. It comes up with the Celestial Paradox Almanacs. I find this to be very interesting because I never actually have seen people discuss astrology in almanac format, let alone like it's hard finding astrology books at your local Goodwill here in St. Paul, Minnesota. So it's just, I would like to read more astrology literature. So I've been coming up with my own. But as we can see here, let's just go over this. The Celestial Paradox Almanacs. It says it's a ritualistic tool and a personalized cosmic game that changes based on the user's unique birth chart and the specific astrological fingerprint of the holiday itself. The core concept is the paradox engine. Each almanac is themed around a specific holiday, but the holiday acts as a cosmic lens that magnifies a particular astrological paradox. The user doesn't just get a prediction, they are given a paradox to solve through interactive prompts. The engine relies on 3 pillars. The holiday's archetype, for example, Halloween equals the veil, transformation. Christmas equals the birth of light, paradox of the divine. The current sky, the specific transits on that holiday, for example, the moon's phase, Mercury station. The user's natal chart. The user's own planetary placements act as the key to unlock the almanac's secrets. So it's kind of like a choose your own astrology roadmap, right? Samhain and Shadow, the Halloween almanac, the theme being the Pluto-Scorpio axis, confronting the shadow, the thinning veil. The tagline is your astrological guide to dying before you die. And features would involve the ancestor degree. The almanac asks for your birth info and calculates the exact degree of your Imum Coli IC, the foundation of the home and ancestry. This chapter, The Ghost in Your Genes, provides a ritual based on the sign on your IC. So, for example, if your IC is in Virgo, the ritual involves a cleansing fire and writing a letter of apology, forgiveness to an ancestor for inherited perfectionism. If it's in Sagittarius, you create a spirit map of your family's migrations. This is very fucking fun. Like, the shadow pumpkin carving stencils, instead of silly faces, the almanac provides stencils based on the user's lunar node, destiny, and south node, past karma. You carve the symbol of your south node into the pumpkin, light the candle, your sun, inside, and watch your karmic patterns be illuminated and cast out as shadows. This is really funny. A chart comparison page between the user's chart and the chart of the holiday itself the moment the sun sets on October 31st. So how does your chart interact with the spirit of Halloween? Does your Venus trine the Halloween sun expect a hauntingly romantic encounter? Synastry with the dead. The Witching Hour Transit Report, a section dedicated to the exact minute of the full moon, if applicable, or the midnight hour. It analyzes the moon's aspects in real time. So for example, at 11:47 p.m., the moon squares your natal Mercury. This is the moment for automatic writing. Do not think, do not censor. Let the spirits of your own psyche write through you. And so this is pretty cool. The Christmas Almanac, the Valentine's Day Almanac, the New Year's Almanac. Like for Christmas, got the Three Kings gifts, where the section's not about gold, frankincense, and myrrh. It's about your chart rulers. The almanac identifies your planetary rulers and interprets them as gifts you must unwrap on Christmas morning. So for example, if your ruler is Mars and Aries, your gift is courage. The prompt is perform one act of courageous honesty today, even if it's just with yourself. If your ruler is Venus and Libra, your gift is harmony. Your task is to mediate a family disagreement. We have the Menger Mandala, a complex fold-out page where your sun, moon, and rising signs are placed as the Holy Family. The sun is the divine child, your core self to be nurtured. The moon is Mary, the emotional container needed to nurture it. The rising is Joseph, the protective action and image you show the world to protect this inner child. And these are colors that are based on a simple elemental key. The Ghost of Christmas Future, your Jupiter return, a powerful section that calculates when your next Jupiter return will occur. The major 12-year cycle of luck and expansion. It frames your Christmas wishes as seeds to be planted for that future cycle. It includes a Jupiter return vision board template based on the house your Jupiter is in. The Scrooge Scale, a humorous but insightful quiz that determines which planetary archetype you are embodying this holiday. The Saturnine Scrooge, the Mercurial Party Planner, the Venusian Sentimentalist, and gives tailored advice for navigating the day's social pressures. So yeah, this is just really fucking fun. So I also want to just give into showing you more stuff on Perplexity, because we haven't really got into that all too much. So I'm going to say generate images of, let's say, astrology maps. It may or may not come up with how to read your astrology chart. So here's our quick reference guide, and I'm actually glad that we're on this app now. Alright, now we can clearly see how to read your astrology chart, right? This chart can serve as a quick reference too. So left to the right, it shows the planet, the sign symbol, the degree, and the house. Leo's in the 11th house, for example. Ascendant or rising sign is in Libra. Sun's in Capricorn at 10 degrees, which is really 9 degrees 24. Venus in Capricorn at 4 degrees. North Node in Mars in Pisces. We have the midheaven in Cancer. Numbered pie slices indicate the house. Okay. And then we have our planets at the bottom. We have Venus, Mercury, Moon, Sun, the Earth, Pluto, Jupiter, Ketu, Rahu being our lunar nodes of the Moon, the South Node and the North Node, as well as Uranus, Neptune, Mars, Chiron, and Lilith. We can even map out the fact that, okay, so this person has a rising sign in Libra with the Sun in Capricorn and the Moon in Libra. Such an individual isn't happy alone. They love to have friends. They love it. Ooh. I just sneezed. So, the goal of coming on Perplexity is to show you guys the images we can produce when we're speaking about astrology. So, astrocartography, I made a video on. This is actually pretty cool map. This is also a cool one. So we can see all the aspects. Here we just have like all the planets. So now what I'm gonna do, is not leak any more of my emails. But I will say, how about this? Let's generate astrology advanced maps. Let's see what it comes up with. Takes a little bit to load. Alright, there we go. So it comes up with, interesting, right? We get to see all the 12 signs and what they really are on a fundamental level, and mythologically speaking as well. This is just a basic chart. Not sure why it showed us that. This is a really nice chart. I like the way it all pops out. And it's very colorful and very easy to read. As we can see, this individual, not only do they have Sun in the 10th house in Gemini, right? This individual, I don't see their rising sign anywhere on here. So that tells us that they don't have their time of birth, or they don't have their accurate time of birth. But we do see is the Sun is in Gemini, but Moon is in Sagittarius. Such a person's always ready to go and filled with information and filled with philosophy and filled with questions. As we can see, this chart is from Cafe Astrology. Blow my nose. So it's from Cafe Astrology, and not only do we get our zodiac signs at the bottom from Aries through Pisces, we also get a box of our aspects, kind of like a key to this chart, keys to reading the chart. Aspects, planets, orb, sun, moon, orb, from conjunctions to oppositions, squares, trines, sextiles, semi-sextiles, quincunxes, semi-squares, sesi-quiquadrate. Alright, and then we have all of our planets here with the signs that they're in this native's chart, as well as in the houses they're in, as well as the planet symbols over here. So this is just really awesome that they have that key at the bottom for the native to understand what they're looking at. I really like the colors in here a lot. It says it's an advanced astrology chart, but it's really just going over. You have Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. This individual, for some reason, wrote the Julian day down, as well as specific time zone and ST, latitude, longitude. That's not very important at all to be advanced. I will say the way they have their boxes here as their key, I like that. Sun is experiencing a few squares. So we can see this person has Sun in Libra with Moon in Pisces. Such an individual, in my opinion, could become pretty disillusioned, not knowing who they are, because of other people. And I've experienced this, and I actually have it the other way around, where Sun is in Pisces and Moon is in Libra. So I can only imagine. Alright? So what is the most accurate birth chart? interesting. Let's go over this. Because below is a table of different types of birth charts and their accuracy factors. Ultimately, the accuracy of a birth chart, also known as a natal chart, depends on the precision of the birth date, time, and location provided. So we look at our birth chart types. We have the Vedic birth chart, which is Jyotish. Description, similar to Western natal chart, but uses different calculations and includes lunar nodes Rahu and Ketu, focuses on karma and spiritual growth. And its accuracy factors influenced by precise birth data and expertise in Vedic astrology techniques. Now for what I didn't go over is the birth chart type. So it maps positions of the sun, moon, and planets at birth, widely used for personality and life path analysis. And accuracy depends on precise birth data, date, time, location, and interpretation skills. We have Chinese Bezi chart, based on birth date and time, uses 4 pillars: the year, month, day, hour, to analyze personality, destiny, and life events. Accuracy depends on precise birth data and understanding of Chinese metaphysics and symbolism. We have not done a video on that yet, but coming to you soon now. Now that gave me an idea. Horary chart. It's created for a specific question asked at a particular time. It provides insights based on celestial positions at that moment. Accuracy relies on the clarity and specificity of the question, astrologer's skill and interpretation. Composite chart, generated by combining midpoints of 2 people's natal charts to analyze relationship dynamics, where accuracy reflects the astrologer's skill in interpreting relationship dynamics from combined charts. And a synastry chart compares 2 natal charts side by side to assess compatibility and relationship dynamics. And accuracy depends on astrologer's skill in analyzing interactions between 2 charts and individual characteristics. All right. Oops. Oh, there it is. All right. Okay, sorry about that. Expect to see in a video soon. We're going over the Chinese baby chart. Okay. So, this is interesting. This is the progress chart for somebody. This person has a progressed sun in Aries. This person has their progressed moon in Scorpio. I beg to differ. This individual has some sexual repression. But anyways, let's do, and you know what, actually let's do this. What we were just talking about, that's really funny. This looks similar to something that I did. This is a zodiac wheel, all drawn out. So we're going to go over the Chinese Bazi chart. Alright, we're going to get on DeepSeek. And we're going to say craft another almanac dedicated to the Chinese Bazi chart. Horoscopic reading for the native, and we'll just use my information just to see how it comes out. What's Western and Vedic calculation? Analysis. Incorporate. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just paste in my chart here. So now we'll see how it goes back. I don't like this not getting off the screen. So now as we can see, it's thinking and it's doing its research. And what we're going to get is more of a Chinese astrology reading, but more in detail, because I've never done a video incorporating this before. I've done a video on Chinese astrology. I've done one video on Chinese astrology. But lately a lot of my videos have been dedicated to not only Western but Vedic astrology, as well as incorporating AI to help us expand and extend this tool of research to help us become better at doing what we do as astrologers. So that's really interesting, because what it did is it came up with the Jade Weaver's Grimoire. Thought for 26 seconds, and it crafted a tri-system astrological almanac for the soul born on the 26th day of the second moon, 2005. Being a comprehensive cosmic guide integrating Chinese Baizi, Western tropical, and Vedic sidereal wisdom for the native born on this day, at this time, in this place. And then we get our Bazi blueprint, which is fucking awesome. The 4 pillars of destiny. Our year pillar, wood rooster. Month pillar, tiger month. Day pillar, wood pig. Hour pillar, metal snake. The day master, you as the central force. So it's interesting. We get to dissect these 4 pillars and how they intertwine. So they even decode them from the pillar being the year, month, day, and hour, and then the stem being wood, metal. And the branch is metal, tiger, pig, and snake. Goes the hidden stem's metal. For the year being wood. Your lineage brings artistic sensitivity, wood, but also structured discipline and critical thinking, metal. Family may have expected refinement and social grace. Your inner world and youth were marked by initiative, warmth, and a need to lead, tiger. The double would suggest strong creative impulses seeking expression. Your essence seeks depth, intuition, and nourishment. Pig's water feeds your wood. You need emotional and spiritual security to grow. Your life's work involves transformation, communication, and strategic thinking. The snake brings mystical perception and calculated action. So it's very, very interesting. Then they look at my Vedic, and then they correlate that with the Bazi. So for example, my moon is in Virgo, let's say Kanya Rashi. Moon resting at 12 degrees 19 Virgo in the 5th house of creativity, romance, and children. This is analytical moon, the moon that processes emotions through service, detail, and purification. And the Bazi correlation, this Virgo moon acts as an earth element, feeding the metal hour stem while potentially draining the wood day master. I heal others by organizing their chaos, but must be careful not to dismember my own feelings in the process. In the 5th house placement, creative work is the emotional release. Romance must have intellectual stimulation. I fall in love with people's potential and then help them achieve it. So here's a planetary court, where we look from Sun all the way down to Ketu, south node of the moon. And it tells us step by step. The Sun in its Vedic position is in Aquarius, and it's at 14 degrees 13 in the 11th house. The king in the house of gains, shining through social networks and humanitarian causes where friends become family. Moon in Virgo, 12 degrees 19 in the 5th. The queen in creativity, how emotions flow through art, where heart speaks in poetry, not prose. Fighting for beliefs, Sagittarius and Mars and Sagittarius in the 9th house. So we go through all of this, and it even tells us about our Western synthesis, right? Because I have a Pisces stellium, I have a cardinal T-square, Mars in Capricorn, Jupiter in Libra, Saturn in Cancer, with Mars in Capricorn in the 9th house squaring Jupiter in Libra in the 6th house, Mars opposing Saturn in Cancer in the 3rd house, and Jupiter squaring Saturn. So it's a karmic triangle of action versus structure versus expansion. Balancing the drive to achieve, Mars versus the need to nurture, Saturn's position. The desire for justice and harmony, Jupiter in Libra, versus the discipline required for success, Saturn. And spiritual expansion, Jupiter versus worldly ambition, Mars. We even go into the fixed stars. The chart is unusually rich with fixed star conjunctions. These are the ancestors of the sky whispering through the DNA. So of course, if you see my other videos and you're a fan, you know my story. Algol, Taurus, 26 degrees, 14, conjunct my ascendant rising sign. So Algol is the Medusa star, the most malefic fixed star in traditional astrology, but also the star of transcendent power. At 26 degrees, 14 Taurus, it sits less than 3 degrees from my Taurus ascendant. I have the capacity to see through illusions completely. I transform others simply by witnessing them. I channel immense creative power after periods of decapitation, aka ego death. So Algo demands that I never use my penetrating vision to harm. If I do, it turns inward. And we look at the stars in more detail, which is awesome. We get like the royal stars dissection. Going over Aldebaran, Gemini, 9 degrees, 51 in the 1st house. Watcher of the East, leadership, integrity, the eye that never sleeps. You guide others through chaos. So this is pretty fucking awesome. And then we even get the almanac of the years, navigating cosmic seasons. As well as the houses of life and integrated readings with Western and Vedic alignment, as well as the fixed stars being mentioned and what's important with a certain placement. So, yeah. I'm trying to think if I want to save this for another video, but I wanted to go over the Advanced Astrology course rubric. I think we might save that and kind of just go over a few other things. If I can get that off the screen, hang on a second. Gosh. There we go. Oh. Why is it doing that? I hate when tablets do that thingy where they just fuck with you. Alright, well, I will see you guys in the next video with peace and love. Piscean out.